The following statements you are about to hear are not made to offend or hurt anybody's feelings, although we may discuss serious topics. It's all entertainment, man. In all reality, don't take this shit too serious. Have fun, laugh a little bit, relax. Let's talk about it. Shades Talk.
We back with another episode of Politic'n with Shades. We're the Shades, cool ass conversation. I got my homeboy in here, Fats.
What up, what up? What up, Jones?
What's good? And we gonna get into this next topic. We gonna do a top 5 of one game in the league, and then your top 5 for basketball anywhere, like your Hooper 5 on the street ball. You know what I'm saying?
So let's do a draft then.
Okay.
All right. I got first pick.
Go ahead.
LeBron.
Okay. KD.
Shaq.
So you want to talk about golf now?
Let's go. Go. What's your second pick?
I'm gonna go with MJ.
All right. I got Kobe.
Yeah, that's fine. You can have him. A T-back.
So I got Bron, Kobe, Shaq. I got LeBron at point.
Okay.
I got LeBron at shooting guard. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Power forward. We got stretch the floor. KD. I already know you got
I
already know. Give me Dirk.
That was going to be my next pick. All right. KG.
Point guard Steph Curry. He forgot about Steph. It's all right.
I'm not. No, I didn't forget about Steph. I'm not worried about Steph.
I ain't even have to throw in Dirk, number one. I got Steph, Bron, Kobe, Shaq. I just threw in Dirk. Just help you out.
I'm going to go with... So give me Giannis, KG, KD, Michael Jordan, and T-Mac.
That's not bad.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, yours is...
Who's your center? KG?
Center going to be Giannis.
On Shaq?
Because I got a prime... I mean, it doesn't matter who's on Shaq. It's a wrap.
But you got a prime
It doesn't matter.
You got a prime what?
Yeah, no, I'm saying these are in like prime KG. So I'm not talking about Boston Celtics KD. I'm talking about KD that was out there moving and grooving. You know what I'm saying, with the Timberwolves.
Did you see the podcast when Paul Pierce and he was on Kevin Hart's show and he was talking about Paul Pierce said Dirk was busting KG's, you know what?
Yeah, this is back in the day though, like when he was younger.
No. And he was on it was like
yeah.
He said like KG, he like to get himself riled up. And he said,
called me a nigga.
He's like, what? He didn't say that. Then he said, no, he said it in Germany.
Yeah.
In German.
You gotta make some shit up when you getting your ass busted and motivate yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna be my 5. I don't think we're gonna win, but we're gonna compete.
Well, that was a waste of time. You didn't think you're gonna win?
Well, I don't have an answer for Shaq. Nobody has an answer for Shaq, number one. You know what I'm saying? And this is my opinion. When I'm thinking of prime Shaq, I'm not thinking like Shaq, Miami Shaq, or not even like that last Lakers Shaq. You feel me? I'm thinking about Shaq that was moving, running. You know what I'm saying? Not the first year Magic, but you know what I'm saying, the Eastern Conference Final Magic. Like,
so what's your top 5 current right now?
So give me Jason Tatum, Giannis, LeBron, Jokic, and Kyrie. Yeah, Kyrie.
What about that guy from Minnesota? And Edwards.
Oh, he a dog. He definitely a dog, but he's in what year?
I'm not saying like your top.
Like
I'm not saying like your top 5 starting lineup. Like who's your top 5
in NBA
current players?
He's in there.
So who's your top 5 right now?
So Jason Tatum, Ant, Jokic, Luka, and I'll still go with Giannis. That's our top 5 in NBA.
That's not bad.
That boy Luka.
He right hand James Harden.
Yeah, you ain't got an answer for his game.
I mean,
and I didn't know he's that big. He like 6'7", 6'8".
Yeah, 6'7".
I didn't know that.
And he been hooping pro since he was like 16.
Yeah.
He played against OKC in the preseason when he was 16.
I seen that.
Yeah, with Russ.
He was a dog too.
How you feel about that Russ trade?
I feel like it's good. I feel like Russ, if he, I feel like honestly, I think he's accepted his new role, but the team's just been, the other players haven't been doing their part. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm going to play with a big three and I'm accepting my role as a veteran leader, you know what I'm saying? And then my star players don't step up. So now you want me to be old Russ? Like, what do you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? Because I got a job to do at the end of the day. I feel like he's fully accepting his job.
For what team currently?
He was with LA last, right?
Yeah. So how you feel about the Russ trade?
The what trade?
Russ trade.
That's on. He going to Denver, right?
Okay, there you go. I was saying, all right, yeah.
So maybe you can stop trying to play with me.
I was like, okay, let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, he going to Denver.
But yeah, the Joker wanted him too. So
I mean,
I would get that buyout.
I would want this Russ too. I don't think I would want Russ that just left OKC and then was trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like Houston Russ, I wouldn't want that Russ. But
He was cooking at the second half. He was just trying to figure out like his role with James Harden. He was cooking.
Yeah.
Then they went to the bubble and all that, but yeah, he was cooking. So, and it's so crazy. You know his MVP season when he hit that 50. He had a 50-point triple-double. Steven Adams gave him the ball. He shot it, get 50. And I was like, he's gonna get the MVP. And guess who was out against? The Denver Nuggets.
Yeah. I think it's gonna work good. I mean, honestly, before this year, I didn't think the NBA had an answer for him. You know what I'm saying? Once they dismantled the Lakers like they did 2 years ago, and was Jamal Murray out there busting ass, Jokic doing his thing. They had a solid lineup. Michael Porter Jr. is a fucking monster in his own right, could go anywhere and, you know what I'm saying, be the man. I was like, I don't know how anybody's really going to fuck with him.
About the Nuggets itself? I mean, well, we saw it this year.
Yeah, we saw this year.
Yeah.
But
it's all about matchups, though. Like, I look at it. Do you think the way the Mavericks, like, dismantled the Timberwolves, but do you think the Mavs would have beat the Nuggets?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they would have beat the Nuggets.
It's all honestly, matchups. All about matchups.
Yeah, I don't like the teams that are the top teams. They real close in talent. It used to be like you knew the Bulls was going to make it to the Eastern Conference Final every year, or whoever whatever team LeBron was on was going to go. You feel me?
They straight of them.
Yeah, but I mean, there's some solid teams that got young players that are coming to play basketball. So that whole buddy shit, I love Ant's energy. Like I love his energy. He ain't no buddy out there, bro. I'm out there trying to kill every time I touch the court.
You can be buddy after.
After.
Like I mean, you play 1-on-1. You know, it's a wrap for you.
Period.
Oh, you agree that one?
I agree with that one. Yeah, like bruh, I'm gonna try to wash you. That's just what it's gonna be.
No, I said I was gonna wash you. You said yeah.
That's when you get caught up in the conversation. You don't pay attention to to the details.
Yeah, well, pay attention to it.
Yeah.
So how you feel?
I almost windmilled on your head that one time, but we ain't gonna talk about it.
No, you didn't. You windmill when you was at Wright State, and you was like this, and you drop step windmill. You almost made it, but the ball went over the backboard. Over the backboard.
It definitely did.
Yes,
go over the backboard.
Yes, it did.
It definitely did.
Yeah, you had bounce. You had like that sneaky bounce, like that diesel bounce. Oh, that's Kim calling me.
Yeah. All right.
Nah, I'm playing. But how you feel about the USA? Because I was watching highlights last night.
I feel good about it.
But they played against South Sudan.
They played against South Sudan, and
LeBron hit the
winner.
Yeah, they was up, but like I said, I didn't watch the game. But then I saw like just from the highlights.
Right, I didn't watch the game either.
Yeah, but they took certain players out. Yeah, and they was making that run. But Luol Deng, he was the I think he was the head coach. So he did
for real for Sudan.
Yeah,
that's dope.
I think. But yeah, he did a great coaching job now. But I just felt like the world probably like, dang, South Sudan could do that to them. Now it's going to be like we might can get them. Or it's going to be a wake-up call like, nah, we got to stop playing with these teams.
I don't know, man. These teams have been so good lately. Like the world, as far as basketball is concerned, they've already proved it. Like there's good, if not better, players out there. So our gap as far as talent is not what it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like these boys are playing professional basketball at a very young age in hostile arenas.
Yeah.
That gap as far as the talent, it ain't there. Now, athletically, I feel like we still got the better athletes.
For sure.
Period. But the skill-wise, you can go to France or wherever the fuck, and you're going to find a player that can hoop, and play basketball. Not just like he knows the game of basketball. He knows the elements. He knows how to space.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He knows how to get his shot off, 1 or 2 steps, 1 dribble. Like, they know how to play basketball.
Yeah, because they master the fundamentals.
Yeah.
Then they start them early and they playing pro. And, sometimes our kids, even though we still more talented, it's just, it's like the highlights. It's like,
Right. Yeah.
to watch that. But like, just the basic training, and they get it at a certain age. But it's all about like discipline. And, a lot of the Euro players, when you was growing up, if you 6'10", 6'11", what you playing?
Center.
Yeah.
Straight
But
up,
they was teaching the fundamentals at a young age.
Yeah.
They just sprouted to like, dang, I actually can be a stretch 4. Now I can be a 3. Now you're seeing a lot of different players who can play the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Right. So, yeah, man, that's what I was trying to teach these kids. I know you probably see it a lot working with kids.
Mm-hmm.
But coaching your son, like when I was coaching my son, man, at that early age, it was hard to get them to just learn the fundamentals. They were watching little clips, 5-second, 7-second clips of James Harden, Russ, or whoever, you know what I'm saying? And then they come out and they do that. But they don't watch the 17,000 reps they took at the gym and how they were training as kids and, you know what I'm saying, got to that point. So it's like they trying to microwave the skill set. And I feel like these kids try to do everything on the court. They want to be able to dribble. They want to be able to shoot. They want to be like all that, but they don't perfect anything.
Yeah, well, I'll say the shout out to my guy, Tahan, the Kingdom First Camp. I just, like, that's one of the things, like, we have an amazing staff where we hone on the fundamentals of not just offense, just defense, like how to move your feet, basic dribbling, and then we let them play. Like Wednesday and Thursday is like the open run. Wednesday is for the high school, Thursday is for the middle school. But so the Monday and Tuesday session is just all just skills training, like just lateral movement, like I said, like offense and defense, just the basics. Like once you master the basics, you can unlock everything. Like you play 2K or you want this badge, but you can't even get this badge. Like you create a player,
right? You
can't get a player that's a 99. You got to build him up. So that means you got to put the work in.
Yeah. So
that's one of the things that we teach the kids all summer. And, we still working, but yeah, we see a lot of improvement. But, you can't go straight out like thinking you're going to be a 99. Like, nah, you got to start out like that 64, 65, then keep working on that. You want them badges, but you got to master the fundamentals first.
So what's, in your personal opinion, what is more important to a early basketball player's development into, becoming a good basketball player? Because you can do a lot of things, but what do you feel like is most beneficial for them? What should they start with?
Just first of all, you have to have the will and the discipline to even want it. And once you want it and you have that discipline, the support gonna come around you. There's a lot of people in the city that's really gonna help you. Like, hey, I wanna do this. All right, well, you have to have the effort. You got to show up. Hey, if we have something at 5:30, show up. If we got something at 6 p.m., show up. Then once you keep having that discipline, that motivation is gonna show. And I think the hardest thing with kids, even I feel like adults, we look at the end. But if you really think about it, it's like, if you set a goal, it ain't about like setting a goal. It's the work to get to the goal. And that's the hardest part. Like, damn, I want to make it to the NBA. You know how hard it is to make it to the NBA? It's 5,000 players that ever made it. So even getting a degree, whatever, it's like, all right, this is my goal. But how hard do you want it? Then it start with discipline and motivation. But the way you motivate yourself is showing up with your discipline. So, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, motivation, discipline, it all works hand in hand.
Yeah.
How do you feel about like joining all these leagues and not practicing, but playing a bunch of games?
You talking like the AAU circuit?
Yeah.
I hope a lot of the kids, which I know they probably do, they have their own individual like workout sessions and all that, and so it could look like an all-star team in a sense, but as long as they get the individual work in, and I can't say like my son to hear something like, hey, go join them. Oh, I'm like, no, put your work in. If you in the EYBL, it's a reason. That means you put the work in. You got a name for yourself. Yeah, so I can't be mad. Like, dang, go ahead. Like King Kendrick, found out he my little cousin, but I seen him work. He was working even with my son. Like, man, ambidextrous. He can literally shoot left and right hand. Like, I seen him put the work in. So yeah, he got his part his spot because he worked at it. So you know, the AAU circuit, people can say, yeah, it's bad for the game and all that, but it's like, yeah, but once you get to a certain, like, that's where a lot of the coaches be. Like, you may have one coach come to your game, but if you get into these certain circuits, it could be 12, 20 coaches there. So I can't really be mad at it. I know people saying it's whatever they want to say, but it's like, man, you have to put the work in to even get to that. You know what I mean?
True. Imagine.
All right, but how you feel like about the critique of Bronny James, like with the summer league, as far as like,
I don't,
you know, his struggles, but you know his last two games, he did his thing, but
I don't pay attention to it because honestly, for you to do that and be justified in your critique, that means you have to watch enough summer ball to really critique the whole pool of players. You feel me?
Facts.
So if I'm a critique one guy, that means I've educated myself against the field. So my critique would be legitimate because I can look at players that their first year in summer league and how they're adjusting, and I can say he's behind the curve, he's above the, you know what I'm saying? He's moving where he should be, or he's well established. And I don't watch, like most people don't watch that much basketball. Now, if you're a scout and you go to every summer league game, you can say whatever you want because you've seen players' development. But I feel like to hold on to every single play that he's making right now is pointless.
And he's the 55th draft pick. Yeah, but, you know, it's the name.
Exactly.
But then after Jaylen Brown said what he said, I think he had 12 points, then 13 points. He was way more efficient than other games. Then I forgot the number 2 pick. I think he's for the Wizards. I think his name is Alex Starr. He went 0 for something. He had 0 points. But, you know, he's not the headliner. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And how many players didn't score? You know what I'm saying?
But
like a lot of them.
Yeah, but then they posting like, oh, this player didn't get drafted, but Bronny James got drafted. I'm like, but y'all act like it was only one pick in the draft. It's 60 picks in the draft. So, all right, this player got overlooked, but Bronny James got drafted. What about the other 59 picks? Y'all focus on this one pick because of the last name. So, and it's like, we want Bronny to win, of course, but it's like, yes, there's going to be some development, and we all see the upside, you know, and now he's starting to see it. You know, I feel like, you know, what he went through last year with cardiac arrest and, you know, his minutes and certain stuff, but then it's like, now he's fully getting back, and I feel like, you know, the summer league, you know, like wherever level you go, like you go from middle school to high school, the game speeds up. Now you go D1, the game speeds up. Now you pro, not only, and the thing with the summer league, how many players in the summer league got guaranteed contracts? So everybody fighting for a spot. So now he's just, you know, he's getting, you know, to the like the flow and the rhythm of the game where now he's starting to find his spot. So I feel like he's starting to see certain stuff. Now the game is kind of slowing down for him where like, all right, you know, now he's adjusting more to the criticism. He's been dealing with criticism his whole life, but I think he gonna be all right. He gonna be all right. Yeah. It's just people that just waiting for him to fail. It's like, yo, he 19. I get what y'all want to say, but yeah, he and his dad, but man, he got a bright future in my opinion.
Right. And if I'm looking at the overall picture, he's a solid player.
Solid.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not expecting him to be a superstar. I'm not even expecting him to be a top 20 prospect right now. He wasn't even drafted top 20. So expect him to be where he was drafted.
He's going to be a headliner.
You feel me?
Then it's like,
he's going to be a headliner.
Yeah. We was talking about height, and he got measured 6'1".
Mm-hmm.
But when they measure you, it's without shoes. So Bronny he's probably 6'1" and 3/4. I'm 6'1" and 3/4 without shoes.
Mm-hmm.
But with shoes, I'm 6'3". So I'm like, but y'all measuring that. I don't know everybody else's measurables. I remember when they came out, I forgot, a few years ago, when they measured everybody without their shoes. I'm seeing these heights. Like, I remember like Klay Thompson's shoes, he's 6'7", then he went to like 6'5". Then Brown without shoes is 6'9". I was like, what the? Then KD without shoes is 6'10". I'm like, So I don't know how they do like the measurables, but like on the court, Bronny is not 6'1". He's not. He's legit 6'3.5", probably taller. Wearing the bronze. So, but yeah. And like I said, like he got his I don't know his wingspan, but you see him, he work out like
he's dumb athletic, super explosive. You know what I'm saying? Like he got the motor to go. Like he's physically definitely should be in the league. Mm-hmm. Skill set wise, he still has a lot to learn, and he has a big upside. He's going to get better.
So, but within that, it's like, the expectation. Like, who knows where he's going to be? Like, his peak. But it's like sometimes in the league, you just got to find a role. Like if you're just a defender, light down defender, 3-and-D guy, dang, you can get a contract. Even Derek White, you see what he did? Mm-hmm. He got over $100 million, and he on the USA team over Jaylen Brown, Finals MVP. But it's just like sometimes you got to pick your poison. But I know because it's LeBron James' son, they expecting like all of this. But who knows? We ain't seen his peak yet. He just scratching the surface. So
yeah, like
wish little buddy well for sure.
I don't listen to the noise too much in reference to him. LaMelo Ball. I didn't pay attention too much what they were saying about him or his brother.
Yeah.
They got to prove themselves in the league.
Well, I remember me and my dog Kev said we was talking. I was like, he was about LaMelo Ball, but I was like, we talked. But it was just because of his journey, the way he, then he sprouted to 6'7", then. But what you saying about LaMelo Ball though? Like his journey compared to like
his journey was dope. I feel like it benefited him to go overseas and be a professional basketball player. And he's cooking right now, but that market he's in. Who
was the first person to do that?
I'm saying
that you remember.
I'll say Brandon Jennings, I think.
Oh, well, you right. Yeah.
I mean,
where you go to when he got drafted?
Brandon Jennings or who?
Brandon Jennings when he got drafted.
Did he go to the Bucks or no?
Oh yeah, he knows his information.
So, B. Jennings is a dog.
Left hand. You remember what he scored his rookie year against Steph?
Against Steph? I don't know, like 30-something?
30 what?
I think he went off, though.
30 what?
35, maybe?
Add 20 to it.
55 against Steph? Mm-hmm. And you put Steph in your GOAT? On your team? And you're not B. Jennings? That's his kryptonite right there.
No, Brandon Jennings is a dog.
He is a dog. There's a lot of players, bro. Like, if we really sit down and we go through the Rolodex of basketball players.
Like, but you can't say, like, all right, you tell me somebody who ain't got, like, at least a 35, 40 ball on them. Tell me somebody.
I can't name one. They all got cooked. Everybody's gotten cooked.
So you saying that about Steph and that was his rookie year?
Because he's arguably.
Well, that was Brandon Jennings.
Arguably the GOAT. You feel me? Like that people are putting him.
Steph?
Yeah, they're putting him in the
like point guard.
Mm-hmm. They're putting him in that top 2. You know what I'm saying?
All time, or you talking about like, or just point guards?
A point guard.
Where you got him at? Point guards.
I'll probably have him at. It's just tough.
Hey, did you consider?
I gotta think about it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying because I don't. Point guard, so. He is a point guard on paper, so
like the definition of a point guard.
Yeah, to me, he's not the definition of a point guard. Like he's a scorer.
But it's combo guards. I think the combo guard was really created like in our generation. Like someone who can play off the ball and facilitate.
Right.
You know, like Arenas, Baron Davis, Steve Francis. You know, then you got your Jason Kidd, that was like the traditional point guard, like the Ray John Rondo.
Yeah, Jason Kidd could go though too. He can.
So
put him
like
up.
even right now, who you consider a point guard? Like legit. Right now?
A legit point guard
Right now.
I feel like, damn, and it's hard to say his name because he is the dog.
Who?
Jalen Brunson, but he's a scoring guard too.
Combo guard. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He can play on the ball and off the ball. So I'm like a traditional point guard. I know some, but I'm gonna see who you got. I ain't gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Just give me somebody. A lot of the positions is like almost like positionless basketball in a sense, where the center can bring the ball up. You know what I mean? So give me a traditional point guard still.
You give me one.
I say give me one. It's more positionless.
People
I mean, I can definitely give you something.
Then give me then say the names. Put stand on business. Put the names on it.
Magic Johnson.
That are playing basketball right now. I can give you
No, I'm joking.
Isaiah Thomas, like you just all kinds of motherfuckers, but John Stockton. But we gonna talk about right now.
The point that I can say a few, but the point I was making
Then
that
say
like,
them if you can say them.
Positionless basketball right now.
Okay. So in other words, you don't necessarily know.
Give me a team.
Yeah, all right.
Give me one team.
I feel it.
No, give me.
All right. So, but you're right about positionless basketball.
There you go.
I think Jalen Rose said it the best one time. He said, y'all keep on talking about these basketball positions. He said, those are created for you novices because y'all don't understand the game. It's for you to follow. But
that's why he called me the Black Skit Bayless, because I remember this episode.
Yeah, remember that? Yeah.
And he called him, what do you call him?
Water pistol.
Yeah.
Water pistol Pete or something like that. But yeah, man, if you've never played a game, I get it. You're going to follow it based on however you see it or whatever you're told. But yeah, like basketball is, in my opinion, it's like a sport, but it's like an art form too.
Yeah.
Like people go out there and they play their own style of basketball, and the rules that you think apply to the game are always broken. And then you figure out new ways to play the game and people that are more efficient at their certain style of play. So it's dope to see how the NBA is growing, especially with the European players coming over.
Shout out to Giannis. Nah, I see what you're saying though. Like, I think it's like right now the NBA is like more free. You know, like where when people like bring up errors and all that, but I feel like, you know, even with the skill set, I think, you know, with, you know, generations, just the nuance of new talent is just it's a different breed where it's like you said, it's an art. Now you can, like Kyrie said, like he drawing. When you see Kyrie do this and do that, he's painting a picture. You know where so and so can play in this area, so and so can play in under what conditions? Oh, because a lot of players that was talented and they was bringing up how hard the fouls is. Like I think a lot of players could play back then, but it's just more so of the rules, like. Because you bring those rules right now, it's not possible. You don't even think about football. Like, they going to protect the quarterback. So, in a sense, it's like the rules change for a reason. You know what I mean? It's not like if the rules didn't change, then, yeah, the career would be like, what 5 years, 7 years? Who knows? You know, but, I mean, people did play longer than that. But, you know, like, when you bring up the rules, I get it. But it's like, there's a reason why the rules change.
Right.
And I still think people currently could play in those rules. Yeah.
The game changes, the talent changes, and people get better. So the players that Michael Jordan were playing against weren't as good as the players that Kobe played against. You know what I'm saying? The majority of his career. The players that Kobe played against for the majority of his career aren't as good as some of the players that LeBron is currently playing with, you know what I'm saying, against. So, I mean, it evolves. People get faster.
I think players
stronger.
like unlocked a lot of moves. You know what I mean? Like, because like I said, we was talking about like it's more free now. But then like sometimes when they bring up, so and so can play in this area, then you can bring up someone that era like this player, how did he make it? You know?
Right.
Like, but would he make it in this era? Right, but then I still think like it's certain players. I feel like our era, like a lot of our players can play. Like
I think
you don't think Gil would kill right now?
I think anybody.
Steve Francis, Baron Davis, they wouldn't kill.
I think anybody can
T-Mac.
play in any era. The point I'm trying to make is that it's not about the era of basketball for me. It's about the skill set and the ability of the player. So when you say that this player couldn't play, unless you're talking about Bob Cousy, them rules don't apply. You feel me? Like, man, if you want to take it back.
Wicked right hand. No left, though.
Okay, you're not talking about football from here on out.
No. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, it's a reason why you see players play more than one decade. Even when the skills, change and all that, or they get more enhanced. Like, Brown, you got to think about it. He played in how many decades? 3. He played in 3, right? So his skill set may have changed, but he was able to adapt to the game. So, like, I think about players in the era. I remember, like, I was just, like, the 2000s. Like, it was crazy. Like, T-Mac couldn't play in his era. Yeah, a lot of players can play in the era, but the question is, how would they perform in the era? You know what I mean?
They would. I feel like
when people say, "Oh, he can't play this," I'm like, no, he can play in the era, but how would he perform?
Listen.
Like I feel like the early 2000s. Like I said, when I named Steve Francis, Gil, we can name other people, Baron Davis, big body guards, the 6'3", 4 guards. That's what it is right now. They couldn't play, and a lot of them. I mean, of course, the 3 ball, but we know Gil had it, but it's like y'all don't think they can like succeed in this era? Like, yeah, of course they would.
Yeah, talent is talent at the end of the day, and especially if you're an athlete, you got physical ability. Then it doesn't matter what the generation or the era is. Yeah. They're going to figure it out, and they're going to dog in that era. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you go so far back to where it's a dramatic change in athletic ability, yeah, I could see that it's not going to translate. Like
but
I said,
what if Bob Cousy had a left hand and he had a 40-inch vertical?
You see, now what if? Well, guess what? It's not Bob Cousy anymore. So we're going to make up players.
It ain't Bob Cousy anymore. That's Tyrone Cousy.
Yeah,
that's
so it wouldn't matter.
Tyrone Cousy.
Yeah, my man had plumbers on his team and everything.
Yeah.
I remember dude was late to a game because he had to go, unclog some toilets on his way there.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a different game, but as far as professional athletes, there's a lot of players that can play in any era. You know what I'm saying? Now, whether their game today is going to translate to the game of yesterday or yesterday's game is going to translate, it might not initially, but guess what? They'll figure it out and they'll start adding shit to their repertoire, or they'll remove some shit they need. You know what I'm saying? People adjust all the fucking time. So I don't believe in that bullshit. Oh, he couldn't have played back in Jordan's era.
The thing I was saying, when we was talking about like this training, it's like mastering the fundamentals.
Yeah.
Once you master the fundamentals, now you can unlock certain stuff. And that's what I think what the new players is doing. Like, all right, then you got your counters. Like, all right, you watch film. All right, if I do my 3 dribble pull up, I have to have a counter for it. Because, all right, they watching film with me. I got this counter. Like, I'm about to boom. Now I got another counter. Boom, boom. You know what I mean? Where it's like, but you still have to master the fundamentals. A lot of players still get off right now without doing all the, you know what I mean? Because I remember Tracy McGrady. I'll be telling the kids, Tracy McGrady, he said, if you can get your shot off with 3 dribbles, then you like, basically, he ain't say unstoppable, but like, if you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you can, I forgot what he said.
But yeah, I get what you're saying though. I watched a clip of I can't remember the player's name, but he played for.
He said you're gonna be unstoppable. That's what it was. But yeah, go ahead, I'm listening.
And he had 30 clips. And he didn't do more than 1 dribble post game, and getting buckets. I can't remember the dude's name.
When was this?
It was like, when did he play?
Yeah,
he played around the time like Millsap was in the league, and I want to say it was Jeff.
Oh, I need talking about Andre Karolinko.
No, not Andre Karolinko. He's a black dude. He's a black guy.
Tyrone
Biggums.
Hold on. What position he played?
He played like center or power forward. It'll come to me.
Al Jefferson.
Yeah. Yep. Dog. Super skillful, like Zebo, you know what I'm saying? Like, just had that bag, but didn't play out of his game.
Yeah. That's
outside of his game, you know what I'm saying? Perfected it and couldn't jump but 3 inches off the fucking ground.
And he looked like a dog. in his face too, but
He did.
nah, but
He was a dog inside and out.
that's why I like saying like mastering the fundamentals. Like even though like I said it's positionless basketball, but like when you go down there, you gotta the footwork, you know, your technique and all that. That's why they were saying like even like Kevin McHale, like he was one of the most talented power forwards because he mastered his footwork and all that. That's he trained KG.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro. Like I said, the game's gonna translate because it just is. You know what I'm saying? Once you learn, if you know how to play basketball and you're athletic, you're gonna always have something to give the game. Period. You know what I'm saying? Now, how much intensity or you play with and how motivated you are to get better, and you know what I'm saying? That's really separates the good from the great, in my opinion. If you want to be great, then you'll take that next level, but that's a lot of hard work. Like that's a lot of hours in the gym. That's a lot of, you know what I'm saying, getting yourself physically, mentally ready.
That's the hardest part though. Like outside of like, the body, the stress of your body, playing them 82 games, like you said, it's the mental part. That's why a lot of rookies, they hit that rookie wall. You know what I mean? They play 30 plus games, maybe 40, but then it's like, dang, it's 82 of these things this year. Then it's like we got a back-to-back. Down, we got to do
and then playoffs. If
you play, in the East, then we got to do a 5-game West Coast trip.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So yeah, like I said, in the playoffs, it's a different animal. So, but
yeah, I gotta respect those who had a long career and actually showed up for the majority of the career. So when you go back, even if you're not a LeBron fan or a Kobe fan, but if you look back at the amount of games they played, you know what I'm saying, and was on the court,
and Brown is
and giving effort,
and he is playing right now in the Olympics. He's logged the most minutes in NBA history.
Period, bro.
He what? Yeah, he hit the game winner last night, had 23, efficient game, 39, 84, baby.
Yeah.
So, like, think about that. He'll be 40. So, yeah, that longevity, but he took care of himself. It was some of his luck, you know what I mean? Like, because there's people who can take care of their body, but then...
You said luck?
No, what I'm saying, like, you can take care of your body. Like you don't think Kobe did, but he tore his Achilles. You know what I mean? Where then... You know, you could do as much training, but sometimes stuff just happens. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And sometimes it's luck. You know what I mean? So, but I'm not gonna say like
he's been blessed to not have a major injury.
That's blessed, not luck.
You know,
not
what I'm
luck.
saying?
Yeah, but he's been blessed. Yeah,
you can't control that. So sometimes like D Rose, unfortunate. Penny Hardaway, you know what I'm saying? Grant Hill. Like we go down a list of T-Mac, of players that were fucking.
You think Derrick Rose will be in the Hall of Fame?
If he never got hurt?
No, just his
career. In general? I think he should be. I think he should be. I don't know if he will be.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think everybody who won an MVP has been a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he has had a Hall of Fame career.
At 21.
Yeah, the youngest.
That's what I'm saying. I told him the youngest.
Yeah, so I mean, that time period wasn't super long, but I feel like he should be. He did things that no other player has done. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when you change the game, you put your stamp on it, you should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Period.
I used to look at this, like the criteria, like you got to have like 17,000 points. I don't know the rebounds or assists, but it was like 17,000 points, X amount of All-Stars and all that. But RP, the Bill Walton, but I think he only got like 7,000 points. But Finals MVP.
That's what I'm saying.
Got Portland. Got Portland that chip.
He's a winner.
6 man, yeah. So
and he changed the game as far as like how big men were playing at that particular time.
Yeah, my homie Q. You know Q. Yeah, well, niece. He his daughter going through something, but he asked me a question like, is Rudy Gobert? He said this before, like anybody said it. He texted me. He was like, "You think Rudy Gobert is a Hall of Famer?" Just his resume. Well, he 3 or 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. I think he got 4 of them, right?
I don't know. 3. I know 3 for sure. I'm not sure
because he won it this year.
Okay, then it's probably 4 then.
Ben Wallace got one.
Yeah. Ben Wallace Hall of Fame, right? Yeah. He just got a jacket.
He got a chip too. But
where they line up with where do they line up with the 95 Bulls?
The Pistons?
Yeah, that team.
I think they are like one of the most underrated teams of all time.
Super.
Because they line up. If you think about their lineup, they line up with everybody to me.
Right.
The Bulls, I still think the Bulls would beat them, but it's like,
Right.
just think about it. Think about each matchup. Like, you know, but as far as like, yeah, I still got the Bulls, but it's like, all right, Billups, Bronzer, Mike, Rip,
Right.
Pippen, Tyshawn, a.k.a. Tayshaun Prince, Rodman. Rodman would probably guard Rashid.
Yeah.
But then you still got Ben Wallace. But then if you really think about it, like
each other out.
Yeah, but who's really getting buckets like that on the Pistons? Even though they like
They share it's team basketball, you know what I'm saying? They get their spots. Everybody get their spots. Nobody really needs the ball for real except for Chauncey. And he's facilitating the whole thing.
Yeah. And you got to run around them screens.
And they
like
play defense. And everybody plays defense.
Yeah, you got to run around them screens like how Reggie did. Like what Rip Hamilton was doing. So
how they match up with
They match up with a lot of teams.
Golden State Warriors with their little dynasty they had.
Like I said, they match up with everybody. Like you think about it, Chauncey, Steph, talking with KD. Like
KD.
All right, you got Clay, you got Rip, you got Tayshaun Prince, KD. Then you got Draymond, and you got Ben. So you know what I'm saying, like to me, that's like one of the most underrated teams. Even though they only got one, and I'm pretty sure they took. I mean, I know the Spurs won. I feel like they won Game 7. Because I remember Robert Horry with the Spurs. He had a crazy game.
Robert who?
Robert Horry. I already say Robert Horry. That's how I said. Or
you say a lot of things that you shouldn't say.
All right, but you remember when he took off like with the left? He got this dunk, but
Horry.
You horrible geezer, but
no, I'm asking. Is that who you talking about?
Horry. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember he just took off.
He's playing with the Lakers. Who's he playing with?
With the
Rockets?
Spurs. No, Spurs. We on the Pistons.
Their run when they played. Okay.
Then you remember that boy number 23 from the Cavs, 2007. Yeah, them boys 48.
He's a monster.
48.
He's been a monster, but
if you watch his game,
that early Cavs, like he was, man. I ain't never seen a more impressive resume of highlights than first, you know what I'm saying, around the Cleveland LeBron. As far as just the bounce, the game, you know what I'm saying, running the floor.
But you see his development.
Yeah.
You know, like I say, he played 3 decades. So if you see his development, he still got bounce in him, but he's
he's still the man.
If you see, like, if you watch like the way his form was, you see him at Akron St. Mary, the way he even shot the ball or his bounce, the way he used to dribble. You remember he had that game. I don't know if it was against Oak Hill, but he did a little boom, 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 and he shot the 3 all net. But if you see the way his form is, it changed. Like now he shoots like you see him at the free throw line, he go like it's all muscle, but he changed his game.
It's all
and developed. I mean, you watch it, but like the way he understood the game and he was able to adapt to, like I said, 3 decades. And but yeah, just going back to that, like LeBron. People can say what they want. Like, we see what he did against the Pistons, even though how Pop played him, where he, let him shoot and all that. But then, what happened that following that off season?
Got to work.
The big 3 Celtics was,
You talking about when they came together or got dismantled?
No, when LeBron went to the finals at 22 in 2007, that off season, that's when the big 3 Celtics happened.
Yeah, and I remember when KG got its rooftop.
Yeah.
Levels to this.
Yeah.
Levels to this. And
Cause I remember your favorite player was Luol Deng. Who was your second player?
Your favorite player is Tyronn Lue. He's like, I love that play. That one play, but Allen Iverson stepped over him.
Who do you like? Like if I'm doing a scouting report, I'm like, all right, you play like so and so. Who do you think you play like?
Who, me?
Yeah. A short Draymond Green / shorter Bobo.
No, I wouldn't even say nobody famous.
No.
It'd be
McNasty from Record Park.
No.
Who?
I can't think of his name. I just seen a clip.
Nobody famous. No, an NBA player.
No, he was an NBA. He just wasn't a famous NBA player.
Okay.
I gotta think of it. But anyway, who
he has to be.
So who do you think your game was modeled after?
Well, they call me Jeff Curry for a reason.
Mr. Silas at the janitor at the.
I got a little Kyrie, got a little Jeff Curry. I just have a little bounce. So my name would probably be.
You said
like,
Jeff Curry?
Yeah, I'm Jeff Curry.
All right.
I have court. Jeff Curry.
All right.
Anywho, Kyrie, Steph, Shaq, LeBron,
Michael Jordan, Hakeem Olajuwon.
But you would be like, I'm trying to think, like, yeah, you would be like a 5'8" Shaq. Jihadi White. And you probably be hooping with them Bobo sandals. Jihadi White. Shout out to Jihadi White, number 55. He was the Shaq stopper.
He was. So, yeah. And think about these stoppers. You had Ruben Patterson, Kobe stopper. You had was homeboy with the Wizards that was talking about LeBron. He was the LeBron stopper. And then went out there and got
Stevenson.
Deshaun Stevenson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
PSA to anybody that plays defense. Once you start saying you're the stopper,
you about to get
torched and cooked. You feel me? Just because somebody a little quiet, you know what I'm saying? Let them be quiet. Let them try to fill the game out. Once you start motivating people by putting dirt on their name and calling them out, that's when you get.
You know, the greats, they look for any type of motivation.
The great players.
Yeah. Like, you know, Jordan says certain stuff, or Shaq, he said, like,
they'll make stuff up. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta even do that. They'll make it up.
But now you saying you this, I bet.
It's easy. Easy work.
So how did it feel guarding like Baby Shaq when you was Shout out to Jihadi White.
Baby Shaq. That's Curry, right? From Chicago. That was the first Baby Shaq.
Oh, it's when Eddie Curry.
Eddie Curry, yeah. And then they had the #1 Baby Shaq.
Yeah, Baby Shaq. Yeah.
He was. Let's talk about that.
He was nice.
He was cold. He could have played in the league and got busy. Was he like 5'3" though?
He's like
5'3" like this.
6'6".
5'3", but like this.
He was taller than you, so he was 5'9". So maybe he was like yeah. He had bounce and all that.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, the handle, the bounce. I mean, he would take off like a fucking rocket.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but that just shows you that the talent level is different. It's a job at the end of the day. So you're going to fit in and find a job in the NBA, and it ain't really about how good you look on the court.
Yeah.
It's really about how can I benefit a team?
And how do you stay in the league?
Yeah, how do you stay in the league?
That's what I said earlier. Like, you have to find your role. Like, everybody, it's been a lot of, you got to think, like, a lot of the players been stars at some point in their career.
Mm-hmm.
High school, college, whatever, you know, like, but now it's like, how do I stay? Like, every team don't need you to get buckets. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You get drafted to a team, you probably got 2 players that's averaging 25.
Mm-hmm.
You probably got like someone, you know, 3-and-D guy, or a guy that's just only on the court just to play defense and knock down shots. That's 3-and-D. But it's like, how do you not only fulfill your role, but it's like, what do I have to do to stay in the league? You know what I mean? Pat Bev averaged 37 in high school.
Yep.
Though he just signed overseas, but he played 15 years in the league, something like that.
He found a job.
Yeah, he found a job, and he kept it. So you got to find your role. Like Draymond's gonna be a Hall of Famer.
He definitely will.
Yeah, and he found his role. He adjusted to it. Oh, I could be making this up. I feel like he was a college player or something like that. I know he's like first team All-American and all that.
Michigan State.
Michigan State.
He might have been.
He's Michigan State.
He might have been. No, I don't think he was player of the year, but he was probably like a.
He was definitely first team on Big Ten.
For sure.
Probably Big Ten player of the year, or something like that.
So yeah, find a job, get real good at that, and then you can make a living. But you trying to be everything on the court, it's impossible. So pick a skill set.
It all depends, though. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, pick a skill set and get good at it, and then once you get your chance, then you can kind of, you know what I'm saying. But don't be scared to be a role player.
Nothing wrong with that. Role players get 100, 200 million.
Get your minutes and make use of them.
Look at a lot of players' mixtapes.
Crazy.
Andrew Wiggins. Look at his mixtape in high school. One of the best mixtapes ever. Look at Embiid's workouts. Not when he's in high school, but like, look at his workout. Like, you know, somebody that's real skilled if you watch his workouts and like his high school mixtape, Kevon Looney. And you like, what? But he found his role. But now if you watch the footage of him in high school, watch how he had a bag. He still got a bag, but he found his role and he was able to stick in the league. Kevon Looney, I'm like, what? Watch it. He had a bag. I mean, he got this.
Right.
You know, but even like Coach Cal, that's why like one of the things, that's why he got a lot of, even though he only got one chip, but if you look at it, a lot of players like, look, just do this, I'm gonna get you a bag.
Right.
And this before the NIL, like, nah, AD do this, Cat do this. Dev Booker was the 14th pick in the draft. And that's when they had a platoon. It was 5 in, 5 out. Dev Booker didn't even start on that team. They went, 38, and they lost to Wisconsin. But he 14th pick, he didn't even start. Now he's a superstar. So
yeah,
but
he about to get demoted though.
Yeah,
down to hero,
but
like Bradley Beal.
Yeah,
just wasn't that guy apparently.
It's injuries and all that. So, but I ain't gonna knock no NBA player, but I see what you're saying.
I'm not talking about he sucks. I'm just saying we talking about NBA versus NBA. You know what I'm saying? There's levels to it. And
he wasn't fully healthy this year. I mean, every team can't win it. You get a big three, but it's like
every team can't win it. But when you got that lineup and you don't make it work, it's kind of like,
how many games they play together?
It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't really listen.
It does.
It doesn't matter to me.
How many big threes? How many big threes? You know, they got for them first year. They won it. It's only a few of them. Like in current.
But how many big threes are there? You know, were there? You know what I'm saying? There's only a few of them. There were only a few really big threes. Superstars that came together.
I'm talking about like since 2010, or just start with the Celtics.
So you got Miami. You got the Celtics.
Okay.
I'm not including Golden State because they were just good players that came up and got better together. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't come together, create. Like, they weren't like, we already in the league and now we established, you're established, you're established, you're a superstar.
But the narrative,
come together.
yeah, but the narrative of Big Three is like, I get like all right, we drafted y'all.
Yeah.
Homegrown, then we developed y'all.
Yeah.
But you still can be a Big Three though.
Yeah, but that's not in the sense of, comparing to the rest of the teams that I'm looking at, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't take 3 superstars and put them together. We just happened to draft 3 good players.
What was Big Three created? I don't know. That was a burp and a fart together. That was a.
The Big Three is created with the '95 Bulls.
There was no Big Threes before that.
I mean, that came together. That came from different teams, and then you know what I'm saying. Like, Jordan Pimper already played together. So they're more like a Steph and Clay situation, you feel me? Duo. But then you added Dennis Rodman. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kobe and Shaq was already.
Big Three can't be, so you saying Big Three can't be just homegrown. You can't create a Big Three.
That's not how I'm looking at it as far as you can, but those are two different.
That's what I'm saying. Teams, like, think about the Celtics.
So if we're going to include all of them, then I don't know. You can take it all the way back to the Celtics.
Bird, Paris, Mikal.
Yeah, you can take it all the way back to the Celtics.
You had
even before Bird, Paris,
think about the,
you know what I'm saying.
Think about the Lakers. Magic got drafted in what, 79?
You was there.
They did trade. They trade for Kareem. Then they got James Worthy in 82. Like, but it's the fact that the way LeBron did it, like, he created the Big Three. No, he created player movement. Like, you know, we don't have to, stick to this contract because, a lot of teams, they can just trade you. Like, you know what? I want my own destiny. So now he created not the Big Three. He created player movement, where it's like, I don't have to stick with this team. If I'm not happy, I can actually sign somewhere else. And he was the face of the league at the time.
And people hate on him like crazy for it. You know what I'm saying? It's a fucking job.
And so
at the end of the day,
and then also it's like I said, he created player movement. He didn't create no Big Three. Another thing that's going on, one thing he didn't create was demanding a trade. LeBron never asked for a trade. You know what I mean? I get the no trade clause, but it's like, dang, you signed this contract.
He honored his contract.
Yeah, he honored all his contracts. You know, I know, Rich Paul, I know he probably helped facilitate some of that. I want to get out of here, but that's been happening. So. Yeah.
He's a beast.
Yeah, like Kawhi. He want to go to LA. Nope, we're taking to Toronto. So
Kawhi. And I'm a Kawhi fan. But Kawhi.
Oh yeah, you do play like Glenn Davis, Big Baby. That I was thinking about Baby Shaq, but it was really Big Baby. That's what I was thinking about.
I play like him. You're built like him. So
wow.
I see it's like
wow.
Yeah, he's up. I don't have to replace that side of the couch when you leave. Nah, man, I ain't gonna lie. I do appreciate you coming through, bumming through.
That sounds good to you. Like, nope, that's about to be pause worthy. 10 minutes, my guy. That's now crazy, it's been what time is it? All right, go ahead.
12:33. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, this shit has been another episode of Politic'n with Shades.
We should have wore the blinders.
Should have wore.
Shout out to my guy.
Next time.
Shout out to my guy Jim Jones. Appreciate the opportunity. My brother. Known him since 5th, 6th grade?
Yeah, when I was.
Yeah. He been talking about doing this podcast for a minute. I'm proud of you, man.
No, I appreciate it.
This dude been working his tail off, for a long time. He put work in and everything he do. So proud of you, my guy. Appreciate the opportunity. You just scratch your chest when I'm trying to give you some flowers.
Come on, man.
Other hand. I'm left.
Nah, we don't do left hand right here.
Yeah, okay. But I'm really proud of you, Jones.
Shout out to the Black Vultures clothing line. Yeah. Shout out to
False Idols. False Idols, my son. He doing his thing.
We're going to put the links in the description. Yeah. And we're going to keep it rocking like that.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.